Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? Welcome to a brand new camp build. Today we're building a kind of enclosed compound type camp, which has come out rather nicely and I rather like the look of. So let's jump into this one, shall we? Okay, so yeah, this is a kind of enclosed compound that's based on something I saw on Instagram a little while ago. Obviously, the end result looks kind of different, what with the proportions and perspective and stuff in Fallout. But I'm pretty happy with how it's come out. It's quite cool. Let's have a look at the map, as per, before we get started. You see where we are down here in the Cranberry Bog. This is the same place I built my hunter shack recently, and I wanted a kind of open, flat place for this, so that was convenient and available. So there we are. There's the flooded train yard, just south of the Cranberry Glade there. Up from drop site V9, just a short jaunt across there, and there's Bottega. Far enough north that it doesn't tend to get nuked. So, decent little spot this. It's kind of a way out of the way, but yeah, nice and flat and kind of different. So, well, apart from the fact I built here recently. So I've got one foundation in already, and we're going to continue out from that. I'm going to basically make this core area a 3x3, so we'll just run around the outside here. If you're trying to figure out where to build this, a good option is to sort of start from one of the corners. You can see now we're going to put a little wraparound on the corner here. Just sort of one wide all the way around. And we'll do that on every corner. If you start in one of the corners, you can kind of work out from there and figure out where you want it in terms of the larger build area. As starting in the centre, it makes it a little bit harder to eyeball that sometimes. So in this case, though, I did all that before, so it's kind of worked out all right. I initially built this a little bit bigger, and so that the sort of rooms that will be on the corners were kind of fully outside the central square, but it just looked too big and it just didn't look quite right, so we're going to kind of go with L-shaped rooms around the corner here. This is the Charleston Fire Department building set that we got in the Season 8, I believe it was, so quite like this one. I'm gone for this because the original idea was made out of brick, and I quite like the look of it. So you can see we're just wrapping around the outside of these rooms, and having them kind of come in a little L shape there on the corners. So that's the walls in, or most of them. Stick some doors in now. Now, I decided here to have the doors facing front to back, sort of all the way around, as opposed to going side to side, but either one works, whichever way you like. And we've got our core structure in, I guess, already. So, onto the roofs. We want slanted roofs. I'm going to use the Haunted House corner ones, because I like the look of them better than the concrete ones that we have for this set. It's just a bit more interesting. So going all the way around, we've gone for a full square for this, so that the roof does actually extend out a little bit. It's just going to leave that one square in the centre of this kind of courtyard area that will be unroofed, whereas the rest of it will have covers on it. It's a little finicky about snapping in, because I can't really see what you're doing too well sometimes. There we go. Nice and easy. Now we need a little support for these sticking out bits of roof here, for the corners. So drop a staircase in there, grab some upper floors, snap that on there, angle this one back towards the centre. Now we can grab the post from the stair tab and drop that in. It goes nicely on the corner. And repeat. One other key thing about doing this, if you make sure the staircase is facing the same way each time, and the floors attached to the top of it are basically in the same position, this post will snap facing the same way around. So we're going to flip it 180 degrees here, which will have the same result. Not that it necessarily matters if your posts are sort of different ways around, but I kind of like the tidiness of having them all face the same direction. So we'll get on to the last one here. If the staircase wants to play ball, it's being awkward. There we go. Find those floors again, snap those in, and wait for it to snap on the corner. So now we take that back out. We are fully supported. So I've missed out the corner sections of the roof at the top there, the walls rather, where they connect to the roof, I should say, which I kind of forgot about until we got to the decoration phase, but we'll just close those off with the same stuff we used in the same building set, but the triangular pieces of it. So I'm going to drop some staircases in here to make it nice and easy to progress onto the foundations, and we're going to put gates in each of these gaps. I actually ended up changing it so the one at the back was just an ordinary fence, but I needed somewhere to put the power armor station, as you'll see in the tour in just a moment. For the front gate, I'm going to use a full-size rusted chain link gate. This one also comes from the Halloween set, so if you guys missed out on that one, the chain link and all that stuff, as well as the Halloween building set, will probably be making a reappearance next month, as the Halloween event will be reappearing as well, so keep an eye out, because this is well worth picking up. It's a really good set. So for the side entrances, I'm actually going to lock these off in a bit, but I'm going to use the half-size gate here, because they're not the main entrance. So we're going to carefully manoeuvre that in so it lines up with the edge of the foundation. Now we can find the chain link, which is there, and we can snap it onto the side, which just closes it up nicely and changes things up for the side entrances. This one here at the back, as I say, I'll swap it out for a plain chain link during the decoration phase, for a larger piece, because I'll need to put a power armor station across there. Now for this one here on the left as you walk in, this last doorway, I want the gates towards the back of the build rather than being on the left specifically every time. The upshot of that being that this gate is on the right, which makes a slight issue with snapping the chain link on, in that it wants to snap the wrong way round, like that. And I really want the post on the chain link off to the left, so that it's kind of fully finished, if you like. So this one's going in without snapping. We're going to turn it off using the toggle snapping option. We'll manually work it into place. There we go. Looks alright. But for all the others, you can just literally snap straight to the side. Of course, they're on the left. If you're picky about where those posts are, anyway. So, last thing we need to do there is just lock these off. Because I don't really want creatures and, well, to be honest, not players either, running in and out, leaving all my gates wide open. So there we go. That is our compound basically built. Now all I'm going to do is swap this floor out, and then I'll head off, decorate, and I shall see you all in the finished tour in just a moment. And here we go. Nice and simple. So the outside of this is not the most spectacular part of the build. It's more about the inner sort of aspect of it rather than the outside one. But if I did a bit of decoration around the front here, so dress things up, I put a couple of turrets in. I've done the same around the back because this spot does attract creatures, which is one drawback to it. And a few extra trees around just to kind of make it seem less like it's standing on its own in the middle of nowhere as well. And put a few brambles down as well to hide a little bit where some of the grass has disappeared from placing things down, particularly the trees. So it kind of dresses it up a little bit more. Definitely handy. Still a little sad that those windows don't actually let light in, but got a few windows in. As I often do, I decided to sort of figure that part out during the decoration phase so it works with the furniture. A couple of lanterns on the way in. One might be a little bit over to the right there. Clipping a tiny bit, it's all good. We'll have a look at the inside area. There we go. Nice little garden plot in the middle with a dog statue from Season 9 there on it. Pick that one up at the end of the season. Quite like using that, it's kind of fun. Kind of relates to the Secret Service, that actually, but I like to think of it as being a dog meat statue, so there we go. Got my little vendor area in here, dressed up with a load of plants, nice and pretty. And of course all the signs and stuff and flags so that you can find it nice and easily as well. And we'll start with the bedroom. I've mixed up the doors to keep a bit of variety in here, and also to make sure they open in the kind of right direction rather than getting in the way. That one looks alright. Just a simple little bedroom in here, nice and comfortable. Most of this is relatively clean and tidy with the decoration on this one. I like it. Sheepscotch on the end of the bed there. One of the 2 Vault-Tec beds as well. That one was a season edition, I believe, that particular one. But there's another one available as well, which I think might be Atomic Shop. And it's just one of the few options that has actual bedding on it. So that's why I went for that one. Always challenging to find appropriate decoration for a bedroom, but quite like this one. Simple and clean and tidy, but it looks like a bedroom, so that's cool. We'll close the door. Do like that little garden plot in the middle. It adds a nice little bit of colour and life and variety to it. Makes the whole thing seem quite nice. Loads of little bits of decoration around the walkways on the outside as well. Just drop different bits and pieces there, mix it up, make it look more lived in and a bit more interesting. Got this scrap box tucked in the corner. See there where I've had to drop the power armor station due to limited space in our crafting room. We'll have a look in a minute. Quite like putting a few extra bits and pieces like the under construction sign around it as well. It's come together as quite a nice set piece, that. So here is our crafting room. Same shape as all of the other rooms. Almost all of the others, actually. Managed to squeeze everything in here. It took a little bit of sort of rearranging and jiggling of things to find a combination that I like the look of and that all fit in and stuff. But everything's in here except a couple of obvious things. Going for the cool new chemistry bench from a couple of seasons ago. I really like that one. I don't use it that often because it doesn't always fit. It's quite big. It works quite nicely in here. I managed to squeeze some bits behind it as well. Tuck my punch card machine in the corner. Loads of bits and pieces of decoration on the walls and around as well. Quite like this one. Most of the lighting in there will come from those posters on the wall as well, and it's just enough. Which looks quite cool. Close that door up. One pity about the metal bars on those walls, it makes the walls kind of hard to decorate. Though the outside surface of walls are always awkward, so it is what it is. To assume it's just got holes in the flag that the bars are running through. Here we go, a little power armor station. I considered using a different actual power armor station for this one, but I really do prefer that yellow one of the sets. Here's our shelter entrance. Just clip through the foundation there. All you have to do is take the foundation out, put the shelter entrance in, make sure it's the right height, and then just snap that foundation back in. Dead easy. And we have the kitchen. The minecart grill there that I really like. Tucks in quite nicely. Got a nice little dining space as well. And I realised kind of late on I needed a bathroom, so I've tucked one of those in just at the back end here. Fairly simple. Use the flamethrower to destroy the table so I could tuck the chairs in a little bit more. And there's always one thing we forget when building. Usually it's decorating the displays, but in this case it's putting a door on the bathroom, so it is what it is. But it makes it easy to move in and out of it for the purposes of a tour, so I suppose you shouldn't complain too much. Fairly basic, single foundation sized bathroom. Most of the stuff we have available is, well, it's a limited selection of decent bathroom stuff, so fairly standard design. You can see by the sink there, I decided to make use of the merge glitch, just drop that punch bowl onto the bottom shelf of that table. Worked quite nicely. Actually wanted to use a bit of merging somewhere else, but it didn't work out so well there. Oh yeah, in the crafting room on the wall, but it is what it is. Still looks cool. There we go. I really do like this central courtyard here. It's kind of pretty and welcoming and homely, and it's got a bit of a slightly Roman vibe to it, I feel, but I like the look of it. It's cool. Squeeze the symptomatic in there. Haven't got a decon arch in this one because generators required would have taken up a bit too much room. But got the arm wrestling machine in, just for the why nots really. And we have a little lounge, living room, sitting area in here. Shays in there, some magazines. Just generally nice, comfy, cozy place to hang out. Quite like squeezing the piano in the corner there. Enough room to manoeuvre around it. Looks alright. And a sitting area in front of the TV. Kind of cozy, kind of comfy. I do like using that suit of armour. I really wish I could have one in my house. But yeah, in terms of decoration for places like this, it doesn't take up too much room, but it looks quite good as well, so it's quite nice. A nice little seating area. Drop the bookshelf stash box on the back wall there as well. And there we go. A nice little enclosed compound. Load of cage bulb lights hanging around for a bit of extra lighting. It's nice, homely, small, simple really. And decoration brings it to life. I quite like that. So, there we go. I hope you folks did enjoy this little build. If you did, please consider dropping me subs and likes. I do very, very much appreciate it. As always, down below the video as well, you can find my social media links, merch store, and channel memberships as well, if you're interested in supporting the channel in that way. And if you get a chance to join us for live streams as well, we are, of course, going to be playing 76. Got the new update in a couple of days, so looking forward to diving into that. And we're going to start something new next week as well for our secondary game as well, so keep an eye out for that. I've got to make my mind up over the weekend, so we shall see, but it should be fun. I do hope we'll be seeing you there. For now, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.